Good morning, OU kids. It's Miss Carmen here. Thanks for joining us for worship this morning. In a few minutes, we're going to listen to some fun songs and hear a great Bible story. If your parents are around, tell them to turn up the volume and let's get started.
Hey kids, we are going to sing a song today called Peace Like a River. And it's a fun one, it's pretty easy, and it's fun because it has motions to it. So I'm going to teach you the motions real quick before we get started. So here's the first verse. It says, I've got peace like a river. So we say, I've got peace like a river in my soul. So we're going to point to our sole of our foot because that's funny and we're going to do it. All right, and the second verse is joy like a fountain, kind of like a teacup. That's the best I can do right now. I bet you can do it better. The third one is love. So we can make a heart like an ocean. And that's funny too. So we're going to do that. And we're going to start kind of slow so that you can catch on. And then we'll speed it up later. You ready? Here we go. I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river in my soul. I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river in my soul. Now sing joy. I got joy like a fountain. I got joy like a fountain. I got joy like a fountain in my soul. Good job. I've got joy like a fountain. I got joy like a fountain. I got joy like a fountain in my soul. Now love. I've got love like an ocean. I got love like an ocean. I got love like an ocean in my soul. I've got love like an ocean. I got love like an ocean. I got love like an ocean in my soul. All right, you think you're catching on? It's not too bad, right? I tell you what would be fun. Grab your parents or your grandparents or your brothers and sisters, your friends, whoever's around, and see if they can do it with you. All right, we're going to speed it up just a little bit. Here we go. I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river in my soul. I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river in my soul. Joy. I got joy like a fountain. I got joy like a fountain. I got joy like a fountain in my soul. I got joy like a fountain. I got joy like a fountain. I got joy like a fountain in my soul. Now love. I got love like an ocean. I got love like an ocean. I got love like an ocean in my soul. I've got love like an ocean. I got love like an ocean. I got love like an ocean in my soul. All right, we're going to speed up one more time. We're going to do it as fast as we can. Are you ready? All right. I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river in my soul. I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river in my soul. Joy. I got joy like a fountain. I got joy like a fountain. I got joy like a fountain in my soul. I got joy like a fountain. I got joy like a fountain. I got joy like a fountain in my soul. You ready for love? I've got love like an ocean. I got love like an ocean. I got love like an ocean in my soul. I got love like an ocean. I got love like an ocean. I got love like an ocean in my soul. Good job.
Sing, I've got the joy. I've got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Down in my heart. Down in my heart. I've got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Down in my heart to say. I've got the love of Jesus.
Hey kids, it is Chris here, one of your pastors at OU, and I hope that you're enjoying the music today. I want to tell you a story from the Bible, and it's a story that I was talking to my 3 kids about the other day. I have 3 kids, Thomas, who is about to be 9 tomorrow, actually, when we're filming this, Micah, who's about to be 6, and then baby Bo, she's 3. And we have some folks that live close to us that we call neighbors. Do you know what a neighbor is? A neighbor is someone who typically lives close to you. But there was once a man who came and asked Jesus a question. And he said, "What do I need to do to get to heaven?" And Jesus said, "You know all the commandments already. You should love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength. And you should love your neighbor as yourself." And the man asked Jesus, "Who is my neighbor?" And in response, Jesus didn't say the people that live to your left or your right, the people that live close to you in your neighborhood. Instead, he told the man a story. Do you want to hear the story? It's really one of my favorites, and I want to tell it to you real quick. So once upon a time, there was a man, and he was traveling down a very rocky mountain road, and he fell into a ditch. Have you ever fallen off the road into a ditch before? Well, he hurt himself really bad. He had a bunch of scrapes and cuts and bruises, and he couldn't even walk home after that. He was just in the ditch. Meanwhile, there was a preacher from a church who passed by, and when he saw the man in the ditch, do you think he helped him? No, he didn't help him at all. And so he just walked by. That wasn't very nice, was it? Another person walked by. Again, somebody who was just a person from the village. He walked by, saw the man in the ditch, looked the other way, and walked back home. Also not very nice. Well, then there was a third person who was a Samaritan man who saw the man who was walking down the road, saw the man in the ditch, and you know what he did? He helped the man. He walked over to him, he got a towel, and he helped his scrapes and his cuts and put him on his donkey and took him to the next town and gave him something to eat and gave him some things to care for his wounds, and he was able to go back home after that. So Jesus told that story to this man who asked, "Who is my neighbor?" And at the end of it, Jesus asked the man, "Who do you think was a man to the neighbor?" And so I want to ask you, who do you think was a neighbor to the man in the ditch? Well, I think you're probably right. It wasn't the first guy who walked by. It wasn't the second man who turned his eyes. It was the person who reached down into the ditch and helped to pull him out of the ditch. That was the person who was a neighbor, the one who showed mercy. Now, what does it mean to show mercy? I think it means going to someone, looking out for people who need help and helping them. And you know what? Sometimes people do that for us. When I talked to my son Thomas and I asked him, "Who do you think is someone who's been a neighbor to you?" Do you know what he told me? He remembered a time when he was turning 8 years old 1 year ago, and he got sick on his birthday. Can you believe that? We had to call off the birthday party, and Thomas was sitting on the couch. He had a sick belly, and he didn't get to have a party. And you know what? One of his friends from school came by to check on Thomas and to give him a present. And it made Thomas feel so much better. That friend's name was Ro, and Ro was a neighbor to Thomas. So remember, someone who's been a neighbor to you, and be a good neighbor. Show somebody kindness and help and mercy the next chance you get. Hope you enjoy the next song. See you next week.
Every move I make it. You make me move, Jesus. Every breath I take, I breathe in you. Every step I take in you. You are my up with me. Woo, woo. Waves of mercy, waves of grace. Everywhere I look, I see your face. Your love has captured me. Oh my God, this love, how can it be? Na 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 every move I make it. You make me move, Jesus. Every breath I take, I breathe in you. Woo, woo. Every step I take in you. You are my way, Jesus. Every breath I take, I breathe in you. Woo, woo. Waves of mercy, waves of grace. Everywhere I look, I see your face. Your love has captured me. Oh my God, this love, how can it be? Na 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 na. Sing it. Na 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 na.
That was so much fun. Thanks for worshiping with us today. Make sure to join us again next week where we'll have more from OU Kids.